The storm raged, its fury unmatched by anything the crew had ever witnessed. Waves crashed against the hull with a force that seemed capable of tearing the ship apart. Rain lashed down in blinding sheets, each drop like a needle piercing the skin. The old schooner buffeted and tossed, struggled to stay afloat amidst the chaos. On the deck, a lone sailor, Captain Jonas Abelard, clung to the railing with white-knuckled determination. He scanned the churning sea, his eyes straining to see through the darkness and rain. His heart pounded in his chest, each beat a drum of fear. Something was out there, something beyond the storm. A shadow, vast and dark, moved beneath the waves, its presence undeniable and terrifying. It was far too large to be any creature known to man, an enigma of the deep. It circled the ship, slowly, deliberately, as if sizing up its prey, a predator in the abyss. Captain Abelard had heard the tales whispered by sailors in hushed tones, tales of a monstrous creature that haunted the deepest reaches of the ocean. Could it be? He shuddered, the thought almost too much to bear. No, it was impossible. A mere legend, and yet the shadow remained. A silent, menacing presence just below the surface, defying all logic. Fear gripped him, cold and primal, a fear that reached into the very core of his being. He was alone, adrift on a raging sea, at the mercy of something ancient and terrible. The storm intensified, its wrath unrelenting. The wind howled like a banshee, its scream echoing through the night. The ship groaned and creaked under the relentless assault, each sound a testament to its struggle. Captain Abelard, his eyes fixed on the shadow, knew that this night, this storm, was unlike any he had ever seen. It was a night that would be etched into his memory forever. This was a night of primal terror, a night when the legends came to life and the boundaries between myth and reality blurred. For centuries, the Leviathan has haunted the imaginations of seafaring peoples, a symbol of the unknown and the terrifying. Ancient mariners charting the unknown waters of the globe filled their maps with warnings of terrifying sea monsters, each more fearsome than the last. Among these, the Leviathan reigned supreme, a creature whose legend grew with every retelling. A creature of immense size and power, it embodied the raw, untamed fury of the ocean itself, a force of nature that could not be controlled. In ancient texts, the Leviathan is described in terrifying detail, its monstrous form etched into the minds of those who dared to read about it. A monstrous serpent, its body covered in impenetrable scales, its jaws filled with rows of razor-sharp teeth capable of tearing apart the strongest ships. Its eyes, glowing with an eerie light, could strike terror into the heart of the bravest sailor, a gaze that seemed to pierce the very soul. The Bible speaks of the Leviathan, a creature of God's own creation, a symbol of his awesome power and the mysteries of the deep. Job describes its strength, saying, "None is so fierce that dare stir him up," a testament to its unparalleled might. The ancient Phoenicians believed the Leviathan to be a servant of the god Yam, ruler of the sea, a guardian of the ocean's secrets. They depicted it as a fearsome dragon capable of swallowing ships whole, a beast that could end voyages in an instant. To the Vikings, the Leviathan was Jormungandr, the Midgard serpent, a creature so large that it could encircle the entire world, a symbol of the world's end. Its very existence threatened to drag the oceans from their depths, bringing about Ragnarok, the end of days, a cataclysmic event feared by all. These ancient tales, passed down through generations, paint a picture of a creature both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a legend that has stood the test of time. A creature that has haunted the human psyche since time immemorial. A symbol of the unknown lurking beneath the waves. But are these tales merely the product of overactive imaginations, fueled by the fear of the unknown, or is there a kernel of truth hidden within the myth? Or could there be something more to the legend of the Leviathan, a truth that has yet to be uncovered by modern science? Modern science has yet to uncover definitive evidence of the Leviathan, but the deep sea remains one of the least explored frontiers on Earth. Could the ancient descriptions hold clues to real creatures that once roamed the oceans, or perhaps still do, hidden in the depths? The truth about the Leviathan may lie in the mysterious and uncharted waters of our planet, waiting to be discovered by those brave enough to seek it. The annals of maritime history are filled with accounts of encounters with giant sea creatures. These tales, passed down through generations, have captivated the imaginations of sailors and land dwellers alike. Many of these stories, often dismissed as tall tales or outright fabrications, bear striking similarities to the ancient legends of the Leviathan. This mythical sea monster, described in various cultures, is said to dwell in the deepest parts of the ocean, waiting to rise and wreak havoc. Could these be more than mere coincidence? Is it possible that these sailors, separated by time and geography, encountered the same mysterious creature? One such tale, recounted in the logbook of Captain James Connor of the whaling ship Essex, describes a harrowing encounter in the South Pacific in 1820. The Essex, a sturdy vessel, was no match for what lay beneath the waves. Connor writes of a creature of immense size and ferocity, resembling a serpent with the head of a whale. Its scales glistened in the moonlight, and its eyes seemed to pierce through the darkness. This monstrous being, he claims, attacked the Essex without warning, ramming the ship with such force that it sank within minutes. The crew was thrown into chaos, their cries lost to the roaring sea. Connor and a handful of his crew managed to escape in a small boat, but they were forever haunted by the memory of that terrifying encounter. The sea, once their ally, had turned into a realm of nightmares. Another chilling account comes from the diary of Father Francois de Xavier, a Jesuit missionary traveling from France to China in 1702. His writings reveal a journey fraught with peril and the unknown. Xavier describes a terrible beast that surfaced alongside their ship, its eyes like burning coals. The creature's presence was both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a true embodiment of the ocean's mysteries. The creature, he wrote, fixed its gaze upon us with a malevolent intelligence that chilled us to the bone. The sailors, seasoned men of the sea, were reduced to trembling figures, praying for deliverance. The encounter lasted for several hours, the creature pacing the ship, before it finally disappeared into the depths. The silence that followed was almost as terrifying as the beast itself. These stories, and countless others like them, speak of a creature of immense power and intelligence, a creature that defies our understanding of the natural world. They remind us of the vast, uncharted territories that lie beneath the ocean's surface. Could these be glimpses of the Leviathan itself, a creature thought to be a myth, but in reality a terrifying denizen of the deep? The ocean holds many secrets, and perhaps the Leviathan is one of its most fearsome.